So sorry guys to come up like this, but it's just like, I have very thick skin when it comes to me. Like, that people are not the nicest to me on social media, everywhere, and I'm okay with it. But like when it comes to Matilda, because like the kind of people that are against here, Jasmine Pineda is fired by TLC. Fans were never told the explosive story. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another exciting video. Jennifer from Day Insider is here to bring you the drama, behind-the-scenes stories, and latest updates you won't want to miss. Let's get started. The reality. TV landscape changed when Jasmine Pineda was fired from Day Fiancé. It was a stunning and unanticipated collapse for a celebrity who had once commanded every scene in which she appeared. Producers, fans, and even cast members were taken aback. One of the most talked about departures in TLC history resulted from what had begun as blazing charm turning into controversy and turmoil. The choice that startled everybody. Insiders claim that Jasmine's removal was not a hasty choice. In an effort to control her behavior and uphold the show's plot, the producers had made an effort to handle the disputes on set. However, indications from behind the scenes indicate that tensions reached an unmanageable level. A combustible atmosphere was produced by conflicts with cast members, altercations during production, and disobedience to specific producer instructions. The situation grew intolerable for TLC. A network that is renowned for meticulously developing reality tales, cutting Jasmine was a calculated decision to preserve the integrity of the production, not merely a response to fan criticism. According to sources, the last straw might have been an explosive altercation on site that was caught on unreleased video. According to reports, producers believed that keeping her on the program would jeopardize several story arcs and alienate viewers. The lawsuit, the real deal on reality TV. Jasmine filed a lawsuit against TLC after being fired, sending shockwaves through the reality TV industry. According to insiders, her accusations included breach of contract, defamation, and damage to her personal reputation. Those specifics are still classified due to court constraints. The lawsuit draws attention to a little-discussed feature of reality TV. The hazy boundary between amusement and personal repercussions. The power dynamics between networks and their stars were called into question by Jasmine's situation. Would a producer's attempt to steer the story go too far and become illegal? It was an unusual circumstance for both reviewers and fans. Public responses, compassion, criticism, and discussion. As soon as word of her case spread, social media went wild. There was polarization in the reactions. Some admirers voiced their sorrow, claiming that Jasmine had been handled and depicted unfairly. They asserted that although she was feisty and vocal, the network's representation of her exaggerated some of her actions to suit a dramatic plot. Messages like, she was set up to fail and TLC used her for ratings were posted on her social media profiles by supporters. However, detractors contended that Jasmine's own behavior was a factor in her demise. Videos of her altercations, contentious arguments, and tense moments were shared online again, with commentators stating things like, she brought this on herself or reality TV is not forgiving of uncontrolled behavior. The argument got so heated that hashtags about her departure trended on several platforms, generating thousands of comments and escalating fan communities. Legacy, a tale of caution or fan favorite. The legacy of Jasmine Pineda. In Day Fiancé, history is nuanced. She is still a favorite among fans because of her audacity, fervor, and genuineness on the show. She is frequently commended for her bold approach and unreserved honesty, and clips of her most memorable moments are still shared extensively. However, her experience also serves as a warning about the stresses of reality TV. Public admiration can rapidly give way to criticism and retaliation, and fame can be short-lived. Jasmine's ascent and decline show how swiftly a star's path may be changed by perception, story, and backstage tensions. Behind the scenes, things reality TV stars can learn. The realities of living on a reality TV set are shown by Jasmine's journey. Reality television, in contrast to scripted shows, thrives on drama, conflict, and unpredictability, but it also requires a delicate balance. Under the constant scrutiny of cameras and social media, celebrities have to balance their right to personal expression with the demands of production. Her experience serves both a lesson and a warning to aspiring reality TV stars. Authenticity and passion are important, yet unresolved disagreement and perceived manipulation can have negative effects on one's profession. Even well-liked cast members are subject to production decisions, and networks have a lot of power. The human price of notoriety. The personal cost extends beyond agreements and legal actions. According to people close to Jasmine, the strain of legal disputes, production conflicts, and public criticism had a significant negative impact on her mental health. It's particularly cruel to be forced into the spotlight, praised one minute, and demonized the next. The emotional and psychological toll that reality stars face is often overlooked by audiences. The precarious state of trust between celebrities and networks is further highlighted by Jasmine's case. There can be serious consequences on both the personal and professional level when creative control, public perception, and contractual duties clash. Her story shows the unseen difficulties that lie beneath reality TV's glamour. Current location of Jasmine. Even though Jasmine's time on Day Fiancé ended unexpectedly, she is still active on social media. She interacts with admirers, expresses her viewpoint, and occasionally addresses criticism through her platforms. Despite being taken off the program, her story still has resonance and has sparked conversations about representation, justice, and the demands of reality TV fame. Although nothing is proven, some fans theorize that her legal disputes with TLC might result in a settlement, or possibly her comeback in some way. Whatever happens next, Jasmine's name will always be entrenched in the history of Day Fiancé because of her feisty nature and her abrupt leave. Conclusion: Jasmine Pineda's last word. The ascent and decline of Jasmine Pineda is a tale of aspiration, strife, and repercussions. Her transition from popular to controversial illustrates the harsh demands of reality TV and the fine line that separates on-screen persona from off-screen reality. Reality TV stardom can change swiftly, as seen by her dismissal from the show, legal actions against TLC, and the public discussion that followed. In a world dominated by narrative, ratings, and perception, Jasmine's story serves as a warning about the dangers of unchecked fire while simultaneously serving as an inspiration. In the end, Jasmine Pineda's legacy is indisputable. Regardless of whether she is regarded as a cautionary tale or a fan favorite, her story, a dramatic chapter in the ever-changing Day Fiancé saga, will be discussed, analyzed, and disputed for some time to come. On Day Fiancé, Jasmine Pineda's transformation from beloved fan favorite to contentious figure happened quickly and dramatically. Her initial charm and self-assurance quickly turned into a source of disputes, fan indignation, and production issues, which ultimately led to her abrupt departure from the show. The conflicts on screen start. Tension was produced by Jasmine's fiery personality from the very first episodes. Her strong beliefs and insistence on speaking up during arguments made for entertaining television, but they often led to conflicts with other cast members. Her unreserved confrontations, whether they were about cultural differences, relationship expectations, or arguments during family introductions, are remembered by viewers. At first amusing, these instances started to split the crowd. Once applauding her boldness, her fans began to criticize her fury. The idea that Jasmine was too volatile for reality TV was reinforced by social media clips of her fighting with partners and peers, occasionally taken out of context. The tipping point: backlash on social media. Jasmine saw firsthand that social media is a double-edged sword for reality stars. Every move she made was analyzed in fan forums, YouTube reaction videos, Instagram stories, and Twitter conversations. Her honesty was praised by supporters who said she was only being honest and unrepentant. However, she was criticized for being argumentative, theatrical, and manipulative. Following a string of very contentious on-camera interactions, the backlash grew more intense. While some fans supported her right to voice her opinions, others accused her of creating drama to get attention. Fan modifications, commentary videos, and memes spread quickly, and the fervor of online debate started to affect how the general public viewed her persona. Behind the scenes, conflicts in production. Fans argued about her actions, but insiders say the biggest arguments took place off-screen. According to reports, Jasmine and the production team had arguments because she wouldn't change her demeanor during important sequences or follow the plot. According to sources, she regularly objected to producer directives, preferring real acting to contrived drama. In reality TV, authenticity can be troublesome, even though it's frequently appreciated. For the show's plot to flow, producers require predictability. According to reports, Jasmine's unwillingness to make concessions led to schedule conflicts, logistical difficulties, and hostility between the cast and crew, according to one source. Jasmine's combative nature occasionally overflowed into pre-production planning meetings, resulting in disagreements on dialogue, scene direction, and episode structure. Her ongoing appearance on the broadcast became a major problem as tensions increased despite the producer's early attempts to mediate. Changes in fan perception from favorite to villain. Fan perception quickly changed as a result of the combination of on-screen conflicts and behind-the-scenes gossip. Moments of confidence and assertiveness that had previously been praised were now portrayed as aggressive or domineering. She was portrayed as erratic in online debates, and many viewers thought her presence made the show too chaotic. There were conflicting responses. Supporters. Jasmine was straightforward and honest. People simply dislike it when someone tells the truth. She's impossible to work with, say critics. TLC made the correct decision. Thousands of posts analyzing her behavior were produced as a result of the ongoing argument on fan forums. Reaction videos featured clips of her disagreements, making her persona the focal point of the season's internet drama. The Escalating, headline-grabbing confrontations. According to reports, some circumstances hastened Jasmine's decline. A dispute with another cast member during a family introduction was one prominent on-set altercation. According to insiders, the dispute became so heated that the producer had to step in. Even though the video was never shown, news of the incident immediately spread, supporting the idea that Jasmine was difficult to handle. She also allegedly refused to film other scenes because they were inauthentic, which forced the crew to reschedule production. According to sources, it was around these times that tensions between Jasmine and the production crew peaked, with long-standing issues coming to light, and arguments escalating into private meetings. TLC's predicament, stability versus ratings. Removing a celebrity is never an easy decision for a network like TLC. Although Jasmine's on-screen persona increased viewership, her off-screen disputes jeopardized the continuity of the show. According to insiders, there were internal discussions over how much her star power was worth in comparison to the disturbances she produced. In the end, the network put the show's long-term plot and operational effectiveness ahead of any particular fan favorite status. Cutting Jasmine was a calculated decision to preserve the show's structure, safeguard production schedules, and prevent additional audience alienation. It wasn't only about conflict. The time she was cut, fans and the reality TV community were both astonished to learn that Jasmine had been kicked off the show. Sources claim that as the crew prepared for her abrupt departure, stress and uncertainty were there during the filming of her final episodes. According to reports, producers developed a plot that would permit her exit while maintaining the attention on the other actors. There was an instant online uproar when it was revealed that she had been removed. There was a lot of conjecture on social media on the causes, ranging from supposed wrongdoing to creative disagreements. Every frame of her most recent appearances was scrutinized by fans who were looking for indications that the network had grown tired of her feisty personality. The fallout, a broken reputation. There are instant repercussions when one is removed from a well-known program. Jasmine's reputation suffered greatly as a result. Videos of her altercations were often played, supporting claims that she was challenging, erratic, or cunning. Supporters rallied behind her, arguing that she'd been treated unfairly, while critics used these instances to defend the network's choice. She was one of the most talked about players of that season due to the divisive nature of her departure, though not always in a good way. Even though she was kicked off the show, her fame increased, demonstrating that controversy can have just as much of an impact on reality TV as success part. Lessons. So, Anatomy of a Fall. Requested a separate group, which really broke my heart, brings to light a number of important facts about reality TV. Even though that is like the situation that we have at home, It breaks my heart to know that even on this triple Valentine's Day, she wanted to. But since I traveled first, I haven't seen him in 2 days, and I just saw him downstairs, and he was so sweet to me. It reminded me when he used to visit me. PLA, but he was the sweetest man. That I could feel so loud, but he was so happy and excited to see me. It was the first time in so many books. And he got me a car, and the general public. If it doesn't, the repercussions may be severe quick. Every reality TV personality has a beginning, a point at which the public starts to pay attention. That time came for Jasmine Pineda when she made an appearance on Fiancé. Her enthusiasm, charm, and unreserved candor enthralled viewers right away. It was evident from her very first scenes that Jasmine was more than just a part of the group. She was a formidable presence. Early years, an inside look at Jasmine's world. Many fans could identify with Jasmine's life before the cameras started rolling. She was born and reared in Insert Place, where she overcame obstacles and developed the independence that would later characterize her on-screen image. She is described by friends and family as frank, fervent, and fiercely loyal, qualities that would be both a strength and a source of contention in the reality TV industry. The woman who would eventually enthrall millions was molded by her early experiences. Jasmine had already gained a confidence that made her stand out in every setting, whether she was pursuing personal objectives or negotiating family expectations. Later, this same assurance would transfer naturally to reality TV, where a star's success is frequently determined by their genuineness and powerful personality. Getting started with the Fiancé casting process. It was indeed a turning point when Jasmine joined Fiancé. Casting experts claim that because of her firecracker personality and willingness to be open about her relationships and life, she stood out right away during auditions. Jasmine was authentic, often brutally so, in contrast to other aspirants who were trying to project a polished, TV-friendly image. Her candor drew the attention of producers who saw the potential for gripping narrative. They saw in Jasmine a star who could inspire drama and admiration, uncommon qualities that drive reality TV viewership. Her audacious personality promised to upend the show's dynamics and give viewers glimpses of unadulterated emotion, so casting her was a calculated move. Initial thoughts. A favorite is found. Jasmine made an instant impression when she initially came on screen. Her humor, self-assurance, and readiness to voice her opinions impressed the audience. She immediately gained popularity among fans who commended her for being genuine in a genre that is sometimes lambasted for its manufactured drama. As followers posted videos, memes, and comments to her every move, social media was a flurry of activity. Jasmine's ability to combine charm with firmness was what set her apart. She might be fiercely resolute in one scene and tender and vulnerable the next. Her complexity was appreciated by her fans, who saw her as more than just a one-dimensional reality celebrity. Early conflict was foreshadowed by sparks. There were indications of strife even in her early episodes. There were moments when Jasmine's assertiveness collided with the characteristics of other cast members, resulting in exciting yet worrisome sparks. Despite their seeming insignificance at first, these disputes hinted to the difficulties she would eventually encounter. These moments were immediately noticed by fans, who then conjectured about potential future conflicts. Her confidence was praised on social media, but there were also warnings that her audacity could cause problems. In retrospect, these early indications marked the start of a trend that would characterize her experience on the show. Behind the scenes, an uncontrollable personality. Early on, Jasmine's strong will was apparently noted by the producers. Her enthusiasm was entertaining, but it also needed to be controlled. Her sincerity occasionally caused conflict behind the scenes because she was not someone who could be simply shaped into a predetermined plot. According to sources, Jasmine regularly voiced her thoughts about how scenes should unfold and urged filmmakers to let her be authentic rather than follow a scripted story. She became a captivating sensation as a result, but it also set the stage for future confrontations that would get more intense as the season went on. Buzz on social media. Fans pay attention. Social media was a flurry of responses as soon as her episodes aired. Her humor, charm, and bold outlook on life and love were lauded by her admirers. Her most notable remarks were the subject of viral memes, and every decision she made was contested in discussion threads. Supporters who loved her genuineness and those who feared her combative manner would cause needless drama soon split the internet community into opposing sides. However, the amount of attention she received solidified her reputation as a breakthrough star, demonstrating that Jasmine was more than just a cast member. She was a figure who people were talking about. The build-up, expectations for the future. Jasmine was clearly a growing star by the end of her initial series, both in her interpersonal interactions and the overall dynamics of the show.